Greetings everyone, one and all. All for one, and one for all. Hip hip, hooray! Happy Valentine's Day 2017. I'm Marc the Arcturian, and for those of you that already know that, I have a very special announcement. 2016 was a landmark year for yours truly. Your continued interest in my little cartoons has catapulted me into the coveted 1 million YouTube views club. I'm blown away. I'm thankful. I'm very touched. I'm humbled at the top of my mountain and still as crazy as ever. So let's get this party started.
Self-expression doesn't seem to be one of your problems.
Well, one captain to another. It's very nice of you to say, Jim. For 5 years now, you've heard me bang my proverbial pots and pans together, yelling, "The poles are shifting! The poles are shifting!" Yeah, very funny. Which I've demonstrated in no less than a dozen films, using articles, slides, photos, all manner of hijinks, animations, speculations, postulations, and demonstration. And while it's no secret magnetic north is zooming towards Siberia at about 400 miles a year now, this next clip from a national radio interview in 2014 caused quite an uproar and has been seen by 500,000 people. Apparently, I have good kung fu. Stay tuned.
Now, when you drag the top of the planet from the North Pole, the Barber Pole, north 405 miles towards Siberia, that means now everything on the other side, including Alaska, is now how many miles farther south? 405 miles, using this example, correct?
Correct.
Now, I took a lot of heat for that 21 seconds. You would have thought I just said the Earth is flat.
And later on, monkeys might fly out of my butt.
I was called all manner of oxymoronicisms and told I didn't know my magnetic north from a pole in the ground. Luckily, I know all new information is met with the same three responses: ridicule, opposition, oh ye little faith, and then, oh, of course that's true, Marc the Arcturian, but we already knew that. Yeah, that's because you watch my films is why. And eventually scientists catch up. Earth is undergoing a true polar wander. This is a shifting of the Earth's solid exterior, which means an actual change in latitude for some land masses relative to our planet's rotational axis. Where have I heard that before? It's happened before. They say only 9 degrees. So the only clip which caused more of an uproar than the one you just saw was this 35 seconds.
The current axial tilt of the Earth is calculated approximately 49 degrees. Okay, out of 360, you might go, well, big deal, Mark. That's only an extra 26 degrees. 26? That's more than double our normal tilt that takes 26,000 years. And in 3 years, we've more than doubled our tilt. This answers every single question that they won't tell you on mainstream news.
I usually do. Now, the biggest objection wasn't from fellow scientists, Jarrell, it's not that bad yet, was from flat earthers. Yeah, you can't have a pole shift on a flat earth. That would be true, however, since that would throw my whole film, actually the entire Marc the Arcturian series, out the window. We're going to stick with the current heliophysical model. That's okay with you. Many of you have heard of the Inuit Eskimos, but I bet you hadn't heard of the Inuits a year ago, before I featured them as a final scene of Earth 2016 Part 1. Perhaps the Earth is tilted on its axis.
Inuki Adami of Iqaluit says he wonders if his world has shifted or tilted north.
Well, that should about clinch it. I mean, we can't both be wrong. Stay tuned. What more possible proof could anyone need? That's all they got up there, folks. Sun and snow and water. The Earth has changed its tilt. Perhaps the Earth has tilted on its axis. We get heat from the sun after our world tilted. Well, it's good enough for me. However, that was out of Earth 2016 Part 1, correctly titled 99.99% proof. And yet I was after exactly what you were after. 100% proof. 100% visual proof that the Earth shifted. Oh, sure, it'd be great if I could just show you the original footage from the USS Arcturus, but it's prime directive and all. However, I can use anything currently here on Earth. I'll bet at least one of you watching remembers at the end of Earth 2016 Part 2, I made you a very special promise.
And the best may be yet to come. During production of this film, I found 100% proof, undeniable evidence. Even Neil De Grass Tyson himself cannot debunk that this is all true and happening right on schedule. But I see we're out of time, so here are some scenes from Earth 2016, Part 3.
I'd say it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Only difference being I had to change the title from Earth 2016 Part 3 to Earth 2017 Part 1. Yet the promise remains the same, that if Marc the Arcturian puts it in the title, you can be 100% guaranteed it's in the movie or your money back. Same with the thumbnail. I never use a phony picture that's not even in the film just to get you to click on it. You know the ones. Don't you hate that? I mean, the twin moons of Planet X. Would you click on this? Oh, you would. Maybe we'll start doing that. Well, truth in advertising, right? As you recall, scientists have verified Earth is currently going through a polar wander. Not may sometime, not Earth is about to have. Earth is, right now, this moment, this exact second, experiencing a true polar wander. That's a shifting of the Earth's solid exterior and a change in latitude for some land masses, otherwise known as Earth crust displacement. This next rare clip I was able to obtain is long regarded as one of the most accurate confirmations we're not only undergoing a true polar wander, but a complete polar reversal.
Our sun will begin to emit such extreme amounts of radiation, those little bastards are called neutrinos, that the core of the Earth will melt. That's the inside part of the orange, leaving the crust of our planet free to shift. In 1958, Professor Charles Hapgood named it Earth crust displacement. Albert Einstein did support it.
Right there. Let's play that again in slow motion. Watch. Look! Right there, before your very eyes. We're upside down. I can see you're thoroughly impressed. It was worth 51 seconds of YouTube airtime for that gag, and I may not be done quite yet. But a promise is a promise. In late 2015, research scientist Dr. Sakamaki got a hold of a top-secret book. The Secret Lost and Forgotten Book of Ancient Answers to Every Question in the Universe, Volume 1. No, that's a fine book by Marc the Arcturian. Limited copies are available in the description below. I do have a quick question, though. If it answers every question in the universe, why do you need a Volume 2? Huh?
Mark, this is really fascinating.
Book of Enlightenment. No, yet another fine book by yours truly. Also available in the description below for $19.97, free shipping. Sorry, no ebooks. No, I mean the classified text which shows sunrise and sunset times, listen, for an entire year in advance. That's the one. You may have heard of it disguised as a planting guide. Watch how it will become one of the most important documents in this visual proof. The first blue column are the actual sunrise times right out of the book, or like you'd find in your newspaper 7 days a week. The second blue column are the minutes after 6 a.m. mean time the sun is scheduled to arise. The first red column is the actual sunrise times. Second red column, the number of minutes after 6 a.m. the sun actually rose. On December 15th, 2013, the sun rose 21 minutes late.
Top line. Sun was scheduled to rise at 7:29. Didn't actually rise till 7:50.
Maybe there was a big line at Sunbucks? I mean, why not just come the next day? Or come a couple days early?
Wouldn't be the first time. The first time in recorded history, 3 years prior, the sun rose 2 days early in Greenland, which I clearly outlined in my film Earth 2016 Part 2. Now, don't you notice they conveniently left off the most logical theory of all? Earth moved! Now, there is a number 6, and as usual, I, Marc the Arcturian, have deduced the actual reason. The sun rose 2 days early on 1/11/11 in Greenland. Turns out, it was just a lens flare.
Stay tuned. This is no lens flare, my friends. The last column in yellow are the time anomalies from the forecast sunrise to the time the sun actually arrived. And since we're the ones rotating, the sun wasn't late. That top line means that on December 15, 2013, Earth took 21 minutes longer to rotate that position to the horizon than it should have. Capiche? Now there are 3 and only 3 possibilities here. Sunrise times are best guess made-up times. A. B. Earth tilted, shifting the position of the study 21 minutes farther away from the horizon. Or C. December 15, 2013 was the first 24-hour and 21-minute day in recorded history. Because we slowed down so much, it took Earth an extra 21 minutes to complete one rotation. Which is preposterous. A, B, or C? Well, if you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Sherlock Holmes. Or was it Spock in the first Star Trek prequel? Elementary Watkins, correct on both counts.
From the future?
If you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
How poetic.
Therefore, Earth tilted enough to make a 21-minute difference in sunrise. How much is that? Thought you'd never ask. As a professor of heliophysics, using a complicated algorithmic formula, I, Marc the Arcturian, shall now deduce the precise axial tilt of the Earth for December 15th, 2013. You could put it that way. Observe my kung fu, grasshoppers. Sunrise and sunset times are like clockwork. That's because the Earth is like a giant clock, a 24-hour clock.
Does a complete 360 once a day. That's 360 degrees in 24 hours. 360 over 24 equals 15.
Which equals 15 degrees per hour. Here's where it gets tricky. If we spin 15 degrees every 60 minutes, how many in 20 minutes? Work it. Did you say 5 degrees? Cha-ching! Well, see that? You're a rocket scientist, too.
Now pay attention.
When added to our normal 23.5 degree axial tilt, on December 15th, 2013, Earth was tilted 28.5 degrees.
That's what I thought you'd say.
Now, 3 days later, we'd swung 5 degrees the other way, to only 2 minutes or half a degree off. In fact, during the 80-day study, the sun never rose on time once. We were between half a degree to 5 degrees off our rocker. No big deal, you say? Let me put this in perspective. Earth normally wobbles 23.5 degrees during the precession of the equinoxes over 25,627 years, or roughly 1 degree every 1,000 years. And here we're swinging 5 degrees in one day? When charted out, listen, when charted out on a graph, this tells the whole story. Look at the last 40 days of the study. Again, since the sun doesn't zig, we're zagging. Eliminate the impossible, and there's only one reason for this, and that is a heliophysical axial flux and 100% visual proof the poles are shifting. He shoots, he scores. What?
I've been hornswoggled.
Marc the Arcturian? That's the best you got for him after all that? Bunch of dots on a piece of graph paper could have been done by a first grader. Why didn't you just show him this official NASA photo, clearly showing Planet X on the other side of Earth right this minute?
And you want me to find Planet X, is that it?
Or this NASA shot showing that our solar system is in the photon belt. All right. You want me to play hardball? All right. I am this close to showing you the footage from the USS Arcturus. All right, let me reach into my magic bag. Aha! Another study showing axial coordinates from January 14th through March 2016. In case you don't know what you're looking at, that center is geophysical axial north. We should be within 23.5 degrees of that spot 7 days a week. But we're all over the map. Oh, I suppose that's just more graph paper. You don't like that one either?
No.
Look, the last line is 2010, showing a rapid pole shift. What about that?
Nope.
All right, how about this one?
Nope.
This one?
No.
This one?
Nope.
Okay, last chance. 2015. Look, 1 year later, look at our tilt. This clinches it.
No.
All right, tough crowd today. But wouldn't it be great if we could hang a camera 1,000,000 miles away from Earth and go back in time and actually get these two shots? Well, ask, believe, and you shall receive. 1 year, 1,000,000 miles away. I just created a Mandela Effect. This is actually a very pretty video taken by the Epic camera aboard the joint NASA-NOAA U.S. Air Force satellite Discover. Sits 1,000,000 miles from Earth at a gravitational balance point known to us rocket scientists as Lagrange 1. But I'll let NASA tell you the rest.
Epic is an Earth science instrument aboard the Discover satellite, which launched in February 2015. The spacecraft always remains between the Sun and the Earth, approximately 1,000,000 miles away, at a special gravitational balance point known as Lagrange 1.
Now I've put the link to the official NASA video in the description below if it's still up. They may yank it down after my film. Hey, this film might get my channel yanked for showing you information they've been trying to cover up. Or see, it may get someone at NASA fired, whoever let this slip through. They're usually a lot smarter than this. And right here in March we had a solar eclipse. This is really cool.
In March, the moon passed between the Earth and the Sun, causing a total solar eclipse. During the eclipse, the moon cast its shadow over a portion of the planet. If we slow the video down, we can see the moon shadow make an appearance right about now.
Moon shadow.
Now that was cool. Alright, let's zip to the end. I love this end screen. Your planet is changing. We're on it. It's kind of funny for NASA. But why does it say your planet is changing? What are they, Venusians? Why doesn't it say our planet is changing? Yeah, I guess that explains it. But did anyone see what I just saw? I watched this movie when it came out. I said, oh, that's very pretty. And after I was done, it hit me like a ton of Arcturian bricks, which only weigh about 112 pounds in Earth's atmosphere. And I sat there for a moment with my jaw hanging open, realizing what was staring me right in the face. Delivered by NASA? Are you kidding me? This is too good. Okay, rewind that. So you're saying if I've been right about all this, all I have to do is snap a photo of the beginning of August 2015, snap that shot, okay, fast forward to the end, and take a shot of the end of July 2016. To be perfectly clear, from the beginning of August till the end of July is 1 day shy of a year, correct? However, 2016 was a leap year, so this is 1 year later, and these two shots should be exactly the same. Yes or yes? Snap that shot. Drum roll, please. And behold, ladies and gentlemen, as promised in the title, I, Marc the Arcturian, and as usual, only I, Marc the Arcturian, etc., have deduced this 100% hidden in plain view proof. Not even Neil De Grass Tyson chicken nuggets himself can debunk. Thanks for watching. Well, Neil, what do you have to say for yourself? What can I say, Marc the Arcturian? You got me.
The earliest recorded human civilization, the Siberian Samaritans, Egyptians, 3100 BC, or one Mayan cycle, 5,127 years ago. Earliest recorded human history. Is that because humans didn't exist before that? No. It's because every piece of recorded history we had before that was wiped out the last time this happened. Was wiped out the last time this happened.
This has been an Earth 2017 Special Report. I'm Marc the Arcturian. Doom and gloom is next over most of these stations.
I'd say it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.